It is Rachel Feldman. I wanted to first say hi and to tell you, take a deep breath. I'm going to direct you through a few very simple steps. One is you may be sitting there saying, Rach, I don't know my ideal client. I don't know my niche. I feel like I serve everyone. Deep breath. I want you to think of your dream client. I want you to think of either the trials and tribulations that you went through, the steps that you got to get yourself better, or that you helped somebody else, all these experiences in your life. I want you to solo, focus, and niche down. The reason that we do this is you can have all these other elements of gut, or elements of mindset, or elements of blood sugar, but I want you to declare what you want to be known for. It feels scary, but guess what? You have to start. Otherwise, you really don't know if it's going to work for you. I guarantee starting is going to be better than feeling like a failure and sitting on the sidelines like one of the coaches that I talked to this morning, Samantha Hall, who I literally talked to 3 years ago. And she had the same vision. She said this morning, I'm buying the holistic health course because this is everything I believe in, and I know I have to do this. What is that inner calling, your purpose? It's not even, oh, is my person going to love this? I want you first to step out of the overwhelm of, are people going to sign up, or is somebody going to not hire me? That's all imposter syndrome fears. It's also fears of not being as confident in our conviction. And that's what we help, is to give you that content so you are confident to do the workshop, confident to go live because you're teaching that live off a PowerPoint, comfortable to go live or do a pre-recorded video off a PowerPoint, or talking about the benefits of the freebie because you have it in front of you and you're not wasting time creating it. We want you to do what you've seen from above, where I shared the different screenshots of just a few coaches. We all start out with no list. We all start out with no website. We all start out with no programs, no idea of where to start, but we have to start. And so I really want you, number one, to sit quietly and say, what do I want to be known for? What in all of these topics of health and wellness, what makes the most sense? For me, it was gut. I firmly believe that all disease begins in the gut. The reason that I also focused and taught in these teaching pillars for my business about detox is that I 1,000,000% believe that it's the toxins that truly stop us from getting healthy and keep us in this vicious gut cycle, this vicious autoimmune cycle, this vicious cycle of chronic fatigue, all the things that I dealt with, all the things that I experienced. And so I focused on gut. I focused on detox. I started, of course, talking about weight loss done different because I had a detox. I also had a paleo program, knowing that these were great baselines for me. And when I say baselines, they were great starting places for me to teach on the reasons why you're not getting better and bring you to the core offer that makes the most sense. If somebody downloaded a gut offer for me, I'm, of course, in my one-on-one discovery call, going to either talk about working with me in, doing a personalized, of course, month based on, food allergies and gut and detoxification, or you were going to take that more higher touch, higher ticket option, which was my 8-week gut restore. Of course, added an extra month because if somebody was going to do that 3-month opportunity, I wanted them to know the steps. So I put a detox first. That was our baseline. Once we got our baseline, we then transitioned to the next program. Not only did it help me in my sales calls, but it also helped me to start understanding the signature offers that I needed for my ideal client, ones that I knew would really showcase my core beliefs. And then my freebies and my workshops were much easier to choose. I declared this is what I'm going to be known for. And I, of course, picked 3 freebies, one for the front of my site, one that I would know could be linked into blogs or on the sidebar of my website, and then another one that focused more on the element of essential oils because I was strongly building my company, my doTERRA business back then. Those 3 freebies directly led to the offer that made the most sense. Like I said, the gut one led to that core offer. My detox one, and I talked about, detox and food allergies and gut and all the stuff that I know Now you get to say, what is the freebie that makes the most sense? This freebie is going to solve the problem of my ideal client. And so you can then, of course, choose and kind of say, well, what workshops would help me to create this visibility? Furthermore, this also helps you to create the content that you're actually going to show up. When every business coach or somebody who's helping you create a business plan says, what are you going to be doing the next 3 months? And we, especially heart-based entrepreneurs, have a little panic. Well, end the panic. Because when you have 3 workshops, guess what? That's how you create a high engaging Facebook group. Come in and do that class a month, or do that as pre-recorded videos that you can, of course, do and upload to YouTube, and have that as a library, little master classes, so that people find you. People hire you because they've digested solution-based content. They're digesting. And when they become a buyer, an actual, conversion happens because they have seen what they need to then take that next step. And so I want you to really think about the expansiveness of your business. I know it can feel overwhelming. I would say at the most fundamental level, the reason that I love these freebies and workshops is it gave me the confidence to pitch to podcasts because I had a freebie to give. It gave me the confidence to pitch to brick and mortar that already had existing lists and say, can I take over your newsletter for this month, or can I contribute? I also have a free guide. It gave me the confidence to call, walk in, email, and to pitch my potential workshops that could truly be of help for this person, like a chiropractor, women's wellness center, health food store, doctor. I mean, the list is endless. Yoga studio, your gym. I built so many relationships because I always showed up and I said, this is the content I can teach on. I want to show you what this workshop would be like. And people were blown away. They were blown away by how nicely it was formatted, the higher level information. And it really allowed me, of course, to then expand that visibility as I got really comfortable with doing videos. And still to this day, hint, is that you may be really scared to do videos, but you have to get over yourself. This business is not about you. It is, of course, packed with all your experiences, your trials and tribulations, your hero journey, weaving through these problems. But this is all about, of course, helping you to create this visibility so that you get more comfortable speaking to your ideal client in a solution-based way. And these classes still today that I did on YouTube, they are still the number one reason where people find me. I have done Facebook ads. I only started doing Facebook ads in year 5 of my business. So that means all the visibility that I had created was organic. And I did that with 2 young kids. I did it because I made sure that I held true to my goals and my commitment. My commitment was to give it my all and drop my fear, because my why is so much bigger than my fear. If you don't know anything about me, I have a massive fear of speaking in public. I always have. And it was a great medium for me to, of course, use the digital space as a way to bring people to my one-on-one. Still to this day, coaches, and I even do Facebook ads, will say that they have found me by Googling. It was those videos. Google is related to YouTube. YouTube is a search engine machine. I want you, as you choose the programs, to think, what is my dream client, ideal client struggling with? Number one. Two, how does this make a cohesive story with my business? What am I going to offer and why? Who does it best serve? And so when we think of that, I want you to also abandon what everyone's telling you. I want you to go back into that state of intention and intuition and say to yourself, are you more comfortable teaching in groups or one-on-one? Make a clear distinction today. Make a clear decision, not distinction, clear decision on where you're going to focus, because if we're focusing everywhere, we're going to get diluted. And so I want you to really be honest with yourself on where you thrive in your coaching business. For me, I wanted to build a one-on-one. It was only later that I added a do-it-yourself and groups, which I used the same programs. Unless, of course, I was teaching something else like adrenals and stress and, mindset. But I only created those opportunities because not everyone was right for my one-on-one. That's the psychology of your buyer. And what I also realized is not everyone needed one-on-one. Some of you may be building your entire business platform around a membership model, around groups. You can do everything with our content. You can brand it, you can edit it, you can chop it up, you can create your signature online course, you can create your signature offer, you can teach masterclasses, intensives. There are so many different things that you can teach. Masterclasses usually are about 90 minutes, and you will see that there's usually a price of $97 because that's a great entry offer. And so for many of you that you envision yourself in your one-on-one, think about these entry offers. Think about these little low-cost incentives for somebody to truly get a taste. And then, of course, they naturally upsell to your one-on-one. The same goes for if you're doing workshops and your goal is to launch your program in January, or you have a launch that you're planning for February, April, June, September, October, November, early parts of December. This applies to really everything. When you think about creating visibility, I don't want to hear you be frustrated like many other coaches who tell me, I'm doing everything right. I created my Instagram. I created all my social media avenues and people aren't finding me. Remember, we have to put ourselves out there. We have to put high value content that solves our ideal client's problems. And so take a deep breath. I know I've said that, but abandon all your fear, abandon all your negative thoughts, and think, in my dream business, I envision working with people that have these issues. I know that these are definitely issues that my ideal client has because people have always come to me with those issues. People have always, of course, asked me, about these relevant issues because they see me as being the expert. People already see you as an expert. So, abandon this fear that you don't know enough. You do. So you're going to sit there and say, what is going to be on my one-on-one offers? Or if my goal is to launch a group in January, what is the goal and the intention of that program? And then think, where am I leading them after? Some of you are going to circle back to your one-on-one, and some of you, of course, are going to lead them maybe to a membership, a e-learning course. There are so many different kinds of ways to coach that the possibilities are really endless. And that's the exciting part. Where we get overwhelmed is often when we feel like we don't know where to start. And so I would say, start with your 3 freebies. Start with your workshops. Make a commitment and say for December, January, February, or for January, February, March, or whenever you're, of course, seeing this, what am I going to talk about each month so you have structure? In that structure, you're going to lessen the overwhelm. You're not going to lessen the fear. hear that, to be really the coach that we need to be in this world, this is going to be scary. But when you have content that you know works, you know that, of course, it's high value teaching content. It's much easier to show up, take that big chance. And I promise you, you're not going to fall. So what I want you to do is in the videos below, I'm going to take you through a few different options on what, of course, you can do for those of you who are like, I need a little more. It's all good. We've got your back. Big love to you guys. Bye, guys. Come into your purpose. Believe that you're meant to do this. I do. Bye, guys.